Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. Huge shout out to everybody that's seen my video. I'm very grateful. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get up to 100 subscribers by the end of the month. It would really go a long way. And also please drop a like if you like what you see. You know, the world has never been this dangerous ever. We have leaders in Europe that are hell-bent on prosecuting this war, even though they know that there's literally no feasible way of winning this war. We have Russia now in a position where they have the manpower, they have the artillery, and they have all the willpower to keep pushing on. But we have our leaders in Europe or in the Western nation telling us that Ukraine still have a chance to win this war. Well, just a few days ago, just 2 days ago, Russia deployed the Oreshnik. Again, the first time was back in November 2024. The narrative that this war can still be won. It doesn't make sense to me based on the evidence and reality on the ground. Over 30,000 people, Ukrainian soldiers, even including Russian soldiers, dying each month. This war is now 4 years. 4 years this has been going, like by February 22 next month, it's going to be 4 years. And over 50% or 60% of the Ukrainian electric grid has been decimated. America recently attacked Venezuela because, as Donald Trump said, the Monroe Doctrine, which is a play on the Monroe Doctrine back from 1776 or so on, where he said that the Western Hemisphere or the North America and South America is in America's hemisphere, which means no other foreign power could come into this hemisphere and start influencing the people there because it's so close to home. And then if you tell people that back the Ukrainian war on the Western side that Russians are also trying to enact the same policy, which is this is our own hemisphere, our own sphere of influence, you are not able to start putting your liberalism, democracy, and also including your weapons that are nuclear capable that could reach Moscow within a few minutes on our doorstep. We will not allow this. When Russians tell these people, they be like, oh no, it shouldn't be like that. The people of Ukraine have the free will to be able to determine their own future, which as a neutral observant, yes, they do. They do have the right to determine of self-determination. Russia will not lose this war normally. And what's the definition of them losing the war? Which means Ukraine pushes back Russia and start attacking into Russia. They have got nuclear weapons, and all this provocation just keeps happening. Just making, do they forget that this country is nuclear armed? Why all this provocation happen? We heard about the recent drone attack on Putin's residence in Russia. Like all of this just seems very on the nose. So like just as America has proved right now in Venezuela, they literally went in there, abducted the leader because he wasn't playing ball. What if Russia decides to do the same thing? Going to Ukraine and kidnap Zelensky. And also, as we know, like the rules-based international order has been recently eroded by the actions of Israel in Gaza, in how they have basically, we've seen European leaders saying, oh, certain things are happening here, but we can't really explain them here because these people have the right to self-defense, while these other people, oh, we're just going to use some diplomatic language to cover it. And right now we live in the most dangerous atmosphere in the sense that we no longer, United States, as you can see, is no longer the unipolar power. It's still an hegemon, but Russia has risen, all thanks to Putin. China has risen exponentially, all thanks to Xi Jinping. And now we're back in the multipolar world. That's why you see United States trying to pull out of all this international organization, especially Trump now saying America first. And in the national security strategy recently published, he literally said, we want to focus on just our own hemisphere now. So what does this mean for the rest of the world moving forward? Also, with the pending attack on Iran coming up soon. And as you can see, it's fomenting right now with the recent protests happening in Iran. Before you know it, something happens and then this escalation begins. Israel is going to obviously go in there at first, trying to attack. So it just makes you think that if the rules-based international order is eroding, or it's being eroded by literally the people that wrote it. What does it mean for the world moving forward? Are we much more in a dangerous place? Let me know what you think. Please, obviously, as I said, drop a like, drop a comment, and let me know. Have a wonderful rest of your day.